So, here we are. It's Monday, and honestly, I'm still trying to process what the heck we watched last week, because my brain is just fried. Completely fried. You guys know how it is. You sit there, you watch the show, you scream at the TV, and then you have to go to work and pretend like you didn't just witness the most insane miscarriage of justice followed by a plot twist that belongs in a Stephen King novel. Let's just dive in, because if I don't get this out now, I'm going to explode. We need to talk about Willow Kane, or Willow Tate, or whatever she's calling herself now, that she's apparently Port Charles's newest criminal mastermind. Remember when she was the sweet teacher? Remember when she was the moral compass of the show? Yeah. That version of Willow is dead. Buried. Gone. And honestly, I kind of love it. But I also hate it. It's confusing. So, spoilers. Let's talk about what's coming up this week, specifically around February 18. Because the rumor mill is buzzing and my inbox is flooding with questions about what Willow is actually going to tell Nina. According to the latest intel, and let's be real, the spoilers have been pretty spot on lately. Willow is going to have a big reveal for Nina Reeves. And we all know what that means. It's confession time. But the question is, how much is she gonna say? Is she gonna dip her toe in the water? Or is she going to cannonball into the deep end of the I'm a sociopath pool? Here's the situation. Willow was acquitted. She shot Drew Kane. Twice? In the back, I think, or was it... Look, the point is, she shot him, and somehow, through the magic of soap opera legal systems, which we all know are a total joke, seriously. Does anyone in that town actually have a law degree that isn't written in crayon? She walked free. Not guilty. Unbelievable. I mean, I cheered because Drew has been insufferable lately, but still, legally wild. But that wasn't enough for our girl Willow. No. She couldn't just take the win and go home to her kids and live a quiet life. She had to go full misery. If you missed the last few episodes, you missed Willow Kane transforming into Annie Wilkes right before our eyes. She's got Drew set up in his house, or is it her house? Now I lose track of the Quartermain real estate shuffling, and she is playing the role of the devoted grieving wife to perfection. Everyone thinks Drew had a massive stroke. Everyone thinks he's locked in, unable to move or speak because of a medical tragedy. But we know the truth. We saw the needle. Willow is drugging him. She's literally injecting the man with a cocktail of drugs to keep him paralyzed, to mimic a stroke just so she can control him. Just so she can keep him quiet. It is dark. It is twisted. And it is so far removed from the St. Willow we dealt with for years that I'm getting whiplash. So back to the spoilers for the 18th. Willow is slowly starting to trust Nina again. Which, let's pause for a second and appreciate the irony. Nina Reeves. The woman who stole a baby? The woman who kept Sonny in Nixon Falls. The woman who has been the town pariah for years. She is now the safe space for Willow. The writers are really doing something here, aren't they? They're flipping the script. Willow is becoming the daughter Nina always deserved in the worst way possible. They are bonding over crimes. It's twisted, but it's also kind of sweet. Is that the wrong word? It's probably the wrong word. But Willow knows. She knows Nina would burn the world down for her. She knows Nina is the one person who won't judge her for doing whatever it takes. So on Wednesday, Willow is going to open up. The spoilers say she makes an admission. Now part of me thinks, okay, maybe she just tells Nina, hey, I'm really glad Drew is quiet now. You know, something vague. Something that Nina can interpret as just relief. But the other part of me, the part that knows how these writers love to escalate things, thinks Willow is going to drop the bomb. Imagine the scene. Nina is probably fussing over her, telling her she's a good mom, telling her she's strong. And Willow, maybe feeling a little too comfortable, maybe feeling a little too powerful, just looks her in the eye and says, he didn't have a stroke, Mom, I did this. Can you imagine? And here's the kicker. How will Nina react? If this was Carly, don't get me started on Carly today. I don't have the energy. She'd probably call the cops or try to fix it herself. But Nina has been desperate for a connection with Willow for years. She has begged, pleaded, scraped, and clawed for a scrap of affection from her daughter. Now she has it. Willow is leaning on her. Willow is trusting her. There's absolutely no way Nina rats her out. None. Zero chance. In fact, I bet Nina doubles down. I bet if Willow says I'm keeping him drugged so he can't talk, Nina will blink, maybe look a little horrified for a split second, and then immediately switch into fixer mode. She'll be like, okay, sweetheart, are you using gloves? Did you wipe the fingerprints? How do we make sure no one finds the vials? That's the dynamic we're looking at. And honestly, it's fascinating. It's two broken women against the world, fueling each other's worst impulses. But let's talk about Drew for a second. Poor Drew. Okay, actually, maybe not poor Drew. The guy has been a piece of work lately. The congressman stuff, the arrogance, he kind of had a downfall coming. But does he deserve to be trapped in his own body, fully conscious but unable to move? While his wife taunts him and injects him with mystery juice. That's harsh. Even for Port Charles. And you just know he's in there screaming. His internal monologue must be going crazy. I wonder if we'll hear it. You know how sometimes they do those voiceovers? I hope we get that. I want to hear Drew's panic. Is that mean? Maybe... But this is a soap. We're here for the drama. The spoilers also mention that Willow might get caught off guard. Maybe Nina sees something. Maybe Nina walks in while Willow is prepping the syringe. That would force the confession. It's one thing to volunteer the info. It's another to get caught red-handed. If Nina walks in and sees Willow looming over a helpless Drew with a needle, that's a game changer. But, again, I don't think Nina runs. I think she stays. And what about Michael? Where is Michael in all this? He's usually hovering around. Does he know? There's been some speculation that Michael is the shooter or that he's involved or that he's taking the fall, but right now, this feels like a Willow show. This is Willow's narrative. She's the one driving the bus, and she's driving it straight off a cliff. I keep thinking about the why. Why is Willow doing this? Yeah, she shot him. Yeah, she wants to stay out of jail. But keeping him alive and tortured, that's personal. That's vengeance. That's years of repressed anger coming out. Think about it. She spent so long being the good girl. She swallowed so much garbage from everyone. Maybe she just snapped. Maybe this is what happens when you push a nice person too far. They don't just get mad, they get even. And then they get medical-grade sedatives. It makes me wonder where this ends. Obviously, Drew can't be a vegetable forever. Cameron Matheson is still on the cast list, right? So, eventually he wakes up. Eventually, the drugs stop. And when they do, oh boy. Willow is going to have some explaining to do. But for now, we are in the House of Horrors phase of the storyline. I'm also curious about the medical accuracy of the stroke-mimicking drug. I mean, I know. It's General Hospital. We don't do medical accuracy here. We do magic memory mapping and face transplants and weather machines. But still, is there a drug that does that? Potassium chloride, succinylcholine. I feel like I'm on a watch list just typing those names. But Willow is a nurse. She has the knowledge. She knows what to mix. That makes it scarier. She's using her healing hands to hurt. It's poetic in a dark, twisted way. So February 18, Wednesday. Mark your calendars. Or don't, because you're gonna watch anyway. We all are. We're trapped. Just like Drew. Okay, that was a bad joke, I'm sorry. But seriously, think about the conversation. Willow, Mom, I have to tell you something. Nina, anything, darling. Willow, you know how Drew is sick, Nina. Yes, it's tragic. Willow, it's not tragic. It's me. Chills. Literal chills. And then the look on Cynthia Watrous' face. You know she's gonna crush that scene. She does conflicted but blindly loyal better than anyone. She'll probably cry. She'll probably hug Willow and tell her it's going to be okay, while simultaneously planning how to bribe the medical board or pay off a lab tech. I'm also seeing some fans on Twitter, I refuse to call it X, sorry I just can't, saying they hope Willow gets caught immediately. They're saying this ruins her character. And I get that. I really do. If you loved the sweet innocent Willow who just wanted to protect Wiley, this is a slap in the face. But let's be real. Sweet innocent Willow was boring. She was a doormat. This Willow is unpredictable. This Willow is dangerous. And dangerous is interesting. Plus, it gives Caitlin McMullen something to do besides look worried and cry. She's playing a villain now, essentially, and she's doing a pretty good job. The dead eyes, the fake smile, creepy, very creepy. And what happens if she doesn't tell Nina the whole truth? What if she just says, "I'm glad he's suffering"? That would be a letdown. The spoilers say big reveal. Admission. That implies facts. That implies details. I want the details. I want her to say, "I shot him. I missed his heart, so now I'm stopping his heart metaphorically." Or whatever. I'm just tired of the secrets dragging out for 6 months. We know how GH loves to drag things out. Remember the Nixon Falls storyline? That lasted for 84 years. I aged. My dog died, and I got a new dog during that storyline. Please, writers, do not let Willow drugs Drew last that long. Let Nina find out. Let Nina help. And then let the House of Cards collapse. Because it will collapse. It always does. Maybe someone else finds out. What about the kids? Oh God, imagine if Wiley walks in. "Mommy, why are you giving Daddy a shot? Go to your room, Wiley." Nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. But back to Nina. This is her dream come true in a monkey's paw kind of way. She wanted a relationship with her daughter. She wanted to be close. Well, now they're close. They're partners in crime close. They are burying the body close. It's the ultimate test of maternal love. I love you, even though you're a psycho who is torturing your husband. That's love, right? In Port Charles, that's basically a Hallmark card. I'm also wondering if this drug thing is going to have permanent side effects on Drew. Like if he ever does snap out of it. Will he be okay? Or will he have actual brain damage? It would be just like the show to have him wake up and actually have amnesia again. Who am I? Who are you? And Willow just smiles and says, "I'm your loving wife, and you love me very much." And then we do this dance for another year. Please no. No more amnesia. I can't take it. Anyway, Wednesday, the 18th. The confession. I'm predicting Nina takes it well. I'm predicting she goes into full mama bear mode. She's not going to be horrified by the morality of it. She's going to be horrified by the risk of it. She'll be worried Willow will get caught. She'll start coaching her. Don't use that syringe, use this one. Don't look so happy when you talk about his condition. Make sure you cry in front of the doctors. Nina is a pro at manipulation. Willow is an amateur. This is where the mentorship begins. Willow Kane, the apprentice. Nina Reeves, the master. It's going to be a mess. A glorious, frustrating train wreck of a mess. And I'll be here tweeting through it probably with a glass of wine. Wondering why I invest so much emotional energy into these fictional people who make the worst decisions in human history. But hey, that's why we watch, right? So get ready. Willow's about to spill the tea, and Nina is about to bring the mop. It's going to be a bumpy week. And honestly, I'm kind of rooting for them. Is that bad? Yeah, it's definitely bad. But Drew is just, ugh. And Michael is, meh. So go Team Psycho Mom and Daughter, I guess. Let's see what happens. I need a nap. This show is exhausting.